From the first EF5 tornado in over 12 years, and a Chilean man who watched a rare twister level his town, to a devastating tornado that tore through St. Louis, and locals in northeastern Arkansas who barely escaped this deadly storm. Here are our picks for some of the craziest tornadoes of 2025. Monette, Arkansas is a small city of 1,500 people in Craighead County. Nestled on the eastern outskirts of Tornado Alley, USA, Monette used to consider itself safe from powerful twisters. But that might be changing, and soon. According to new studies, the old Tornado Alley is slowly moving into the southeastern United States, putting states like Arkansas, Missouri, and Louisiana in the crosshairs. On April 2nd of 2025, one of those new arrival tornadoes touched down west of Monette near Shoal Creek. The powerful EF3 tracked a 22-mile path of destruction through the area, with wind speeds peaking at 165 miles per hour. These locals couldn't believe their eyes as the twister touched down ahead of them and slowly grew to nearly 200 yards wide.
Yeah. Good gracious, y'all. It's right there. I've never seen anything like it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Power flashes.
Okay, the tornado's right here. We're watching it. It's awful. Oh my goodness. Y'all, it's coming. There it is. Oh my goodness, y'all. Dad, we're okay, right?
Yes.
Oh my word. It's coming this way.
Imagine being able to build
Damn.
just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a
This event was the strongest of 23 storms that touched down during the record-breaking tornado outbreak between April 2nd and April 7th. Aside from powerful winds and relentless rain, areas across the southern and midwestern U.S. also experienced life-threatening flash floods. Back in Monette, debris from homes and businesses covered the landscape. Trees were uprooted, cars were flipped over, and roofs were torn clean off their homes. 8 people were injured, but thankfully there were no reported fatalities.
Good.
The April storm felt like a sick joke to some who had only just recovered from a similar event that occurred in December of 2021, when a powerful EF4 tore through town. It was May 5th of 2025.
Oh, shit.
A flock of sheep on the outskirts of Baotou, China, was going about their business when a storm appeared on the horizon. That's when one of them hit the panic button, thus putting their foolproof disaster plan in place. Huddle up and hope for the best.
I hope nothing happens to them. I hope that nothing happens to them, man. Come on, spare the goats, man. Spare 'em.
Thankfully, the farmer didn't have to count any flying sheep that night. He
Well,
said his
sheep.
flock had grown
I said
accustomed
goat.
to rough weather
Sheep.
on the open grasslands and will huddle like this whenever conditions turn. While no sheep were harmed that day, the twister did do a number on the pen and surrounding structures.
That was I'm just glad nothing happened to the sheep.
Roughly
Even though I know I said goat
1,200
earlier. I
tornadoes
know.
touch down in the U.S. every year, mostly in the spring and summer months when weather over the central U.S. combines to create the perfect storm conditions. The dangerous part about Tornado Alley shifting east
Look at
is
that
that it's
beast.
getting closer to major metro areas like Little Rock, Memphis, and Nashville. On May 16th of 2025, parts of St. Louis, Missouri changed forever when a powerful EF3 twister touched down in Clayton, roughly 10 miles outside the downtown area. These CCTV cameras captured the storm as it passed by a crowded parking lot.
Woo! Man, I was waiting for one of them cars to get lifted up. Oh, there was somebody in
You saw
there!
that right. A man had been trapped in his car the entire time. Thankfully, he escaped unharmed and found shelter before things picked up again. Meanwhile, another couple found themselves in the
Bro, I didn't even know. I did not even know there was somebody in that car. Dog, you boy, God and his angels was with you that day, bro. Damn, I didn't, bro. Come on, dog. Damn. And he probably didn't know it was coming either. Damn. Well, I'm glad he's okay, man. That's scary. That is scary. Damn. Bruh. I would have been shitting my pants. And that's the I ain't gonna lie, that's the scariest part. You don't know where these tornadoes are coming from either. Like, you don't know if it's behind you, coming from this way, coming from that way. Like, Mother Nature's scary, bro. I would have been shitting myself.
According to the woman, her boyfriend had just picked her up from work when they got stuck in the storm. It came out of nowhere and only lasted a few harrowing minutes. While flying debris nearly totaled her car, she and her boyfriend were luckily able to escape unharmed. The storm tracked a 23-mile path through the city, reaching its peak intensity as a mid-range EF3 as it passed through the Greaterville neighborhood.
EF3.
Several brick houses, buildings, and old churches were destroyed, leaving several people trapped inside until it was over. That's when local police officers and other first responders jumped into action.
Trapped in the house?
Ma'am!
Ma'am, it's the police. We're coming in the house.
Please!
Hear him in the basement, and there's an active gas leak. Can you see my light? Okay, so he's more over.
I need you to put a blanket over this window.
Go.
Yep.
Too far, too far.
Here we go.
Too far, too far. I know you got a lot going on. Myself and 2-6
We're both gonna grab.
No, the window barred up on the side.
Everything's fired up. We just need to pass the stuff back.
Hey, don't panic. Keep talking.
All right. I can see the roof's collapsed up there.
The most important.
We could do like a conveyor belt. Like, you hand it back to him, he hands it to me, I hand it to you.
522, show me en route to Barnes transporting an elderly
Yeah.
woman with oxygen issues. I'll be headed to Barnes now. All right. You hang on, okay? Please be clear.
The St. Louis storm claimed the lives of 5 people while injuring
Damn.
dozens of others. It damaged over 5,000 homes and caused a whopping $1.6 billion in losses. And as Tornado Alley continues shifting east, there's a good chance that things will only get worse.
Hey, rest in peace to
Play games
everybody,
on
man.
PC. Do you ever wonder if someone had a clip with you in it?
Download Metal.
Now, you don't typically see the words Chilean and tornado in the same sentence. That's because Chile's unique geography prevents the atmospheric conditions necessary
Tornadoes can happen anywhere. They're just more prevalent in the United States.
for a twister to form. But just because they aren't tornado-prone doesn't mean they're tornado-proof. On May 25th of 2025, a rare tornado touched down in the city of Puerto Varas,
Damn, look
in
at
southern
that.
Chile. Despite only being an EF1 twister, the storm still caused significant damage and panic. Imagine going your whole life unbothered by tornadoes, only to see this thing coming over the horizon.
And climate change is real, y'all. So
No lo creo. Wow, wow, wow.
Before he knew it, the storm was right on top of his neighborhood. The man wisely shut his window as debris flew over his home and pieces of his roof rattled in the wind.
Pasa, perro. Pasó. Y voló el techo de mi vecino. Sí, señor. Pasó, pasó, pasó. Me salvé. Así es.
A few minutes on the ground was all it took for this storm to damage over 250 homes. Power lines were
Damn.
destroyed, trees were uprooted, and thousands of people were left without electricity. 19 people were injured, with some in worse shape than others. Recent studies have found that when tornadoes form in Chile, they typically occur in the autumn months of May and June. They were virtually non-existent until the tornado outbreak of 2019 and have since become more common, likely due to changing weather patterns and better reporting.
climate change.
Morton, Texas is a small city in Cochran County, roughly 56 miles west of Lubbock and 17 miles east of New Mexico. It's home to roughly 1,700 people who, unlike Chile, live in one of the most tornado-prone places on Earth. And as the saying goes, everything's bigger in Texas, even the tornadoes. On June 5th of 2025, a massive wedge tornado touched down outside of Morton. At over a mile wide, the EF2 twister could have easily swallowed the tiny square-shaped city. This storm chaser knew it'd be worth the risk when he drove out to record the beast as it moved towards town.
Oh, little RFD. Dude,
Woo!
I wouldn't go into that.
Hell no, you better not. Man. Is it coming at you, bro? Oh man, it's passing right in front of him too.
Thankfully, this storm remained over rural land, only damaging a few trees and power lines along its path. It was part of a larger supercell system that impacted parts of eastern New Mexico and West Texas. It wasn't the only tornado either, as 7 others touched down, including another large wedge north of Morton. Once the final tornado passed, swaths of powerful outflow winds swept across the region, bringing with them hailstones the size of golf balls. Survey teams found several damaged roofs and shattered windows in its wake, proving that the wind isn't the only thing one has to worry about when a tornado comes to town. Before 2025, the last EF5 twister to touch down in the United States was a 2013 storm in Moore, Oklahoma. Since then, we've been in what the media came to call the EF5 drought or EF5 gap, which isn't a bad problem to have. Then, everything changed on the night of June 20th of 2025, when the first EF5 tornado in over a decade touched down near Enderlin, North Dakota. The story begins 5 days earlier, when the Storm Prediction Center observed an ominous system moving into the upper Mississippi River Valley. Large hailstones began falling around 8 p.m. on the 20th, and the likelihood of strong tornadoes was at an all-time high. That's when an EF3 near Spiritwood touched down shortly before sunset, kicking off one of the wildest weather events in North Dakota history.
Staying to the south of us? Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I better get ready to move. Hey, stay safe yourself, guys. Woo, look at that rascal. Hopefully it won't take a left-handed hook. Got the tornado tourists over there. Bunch of them. Another tornado. Okay, here's the tornado. So the twin tornado, no, it's just the one tornado.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I thought that was another one too.
Is it on the ground or is it just a funnel? So lifting up.
The storm grew nearly 1,000 yards wide, with wind speeds peaking around 155 miles per hour. Damage-wise, it destroyed several buildings and tore the second floor clean off a farmstead. At least 3 vehicles were lofted into the air and shredded like paper. Their remnants were later discovered roughly a quarter-mile away. The Spiritwood tornado only served as a dire warning of things to come. 3 hours later, as the sun set and lightning lit up the sky over Enderlin, the 13-year EF5 drought officially ended.
I see it. Yeah, there's definitely a tornado. Big tornado.
And it's at night too. Those nighttime tornadoes are the worst. If you've never lived through that, bro, you would not understand.
Thanks to nature's flashlight, we can see the monster tornado as it moves left to right across the screen. The tornado tracked a 12-mile path of destruction as it worked its way north through Ransom County. The storm itself grew to be over a mile wide, with wind speeds peaking at over 210 miles per hour. Satellite imaging shows the storm's path as it curved around the city. Think of that light green line on the ground as a massive scar, as the storm literally bored into the earth as it moved. You can tell where it gathered a bulk of its strength east of Enderlin and south of the Geske airfield. At first, surveyors classified the storm as a high-end EF3 twister. Then, the National Weather Service discovered a train that had been blown clean off the tracks in Ransom County. 33 cars had been thrown about, with one landing nearly 500 feet away. The wind strength
Damn.
required to move such an object meant one thing. This was no EF3 storm. It was a bona fide EF5, the first of its kind in over a decade. The storm ultimately missed the city of Enderlin, with most of the damage
Good.
concentrated on trees, power lines, and farmsteads on the outskirts. According to reports, one farm was ripped off its foundation, leaving only the basement behind. Sadly, the EF5 claimed the lives of 3 elderly locals,
Oh,
making it
damn.
the strongest and deadliest storm in North Dakota in almost 50 years. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more just like it, be sure to
Damn.
click the link on screen now.